Hello everybody! How are you guys doing? I am going to be doing a drawing stream today. And we've got a few new things. First of all, this was made like an hour before the stream. It was rigged an hour before the stream. But my tablet now has mouse tracking. So while I'm drawing, you can actually see what I'm doing on the tracking, which is nice. But yeah, I guess we'll get started, and I will move over to the slides so you can see my screen. Yeah, the tracking's kind of rough on this, but it works. That was just a little scribble to demonstrate. I don't like my model rotation right now, so we're gonna fix that. There we go. All right, what should we draw? Because I have no idea right now. I am open to suggestions, yes. So let me know in the chat what you want me to start with. And I guess no, we're just gonna like do a little warm-up, and I'll save the warm-up maybe because we can work with multiple canvases here. It's not gonna be like previous streams where we just have like one big canvas. I think I'm just gonna do some separate drawings. Draw me. I'll probably need your me reference. Let me go find that. Media Hub. Yeah, I'll use the Tomodachi Life references. Alright. I'm just gonna bring that in as a reference layer. This is Krita. I have never used this before, so we're gonna figure it out together. Sure, that works. Okay, well, how do I move this? I don't know how to move this. I don't know where my layers are either. I don't know what I'm doing. So I will just maybe, yes, I do want to do that. And then I want to be able to move that layer. How do I move that layer? Can I see layers somewhere? We will figure out what we're doing together. View layers, probably. Where are you? I don't know, so we're not gonna put that in, but that's the reference. You guys saw it. I'm just gonna put that up on my second screen and we'll go from there. But yeah, we're gonna draw Thorn's Lovely, and I need my mouse to work so I can let's see, let me catch up with chat real quick. I'll draw my cat. Okay, have you ever heard of Magma Studio? I have not. This was kind of like the first thing I downloaded. I've heard of Fire Alpaca, which I've used on Mac before, but I wanted to try something new, so we are gonna draw. Ooh, do you want the normal form or the intense form? Or should we do both? Can you draw my cat? Cat you have as your profile picture. That is a very small profile picture. I can try. Okay, normal form? Sure. So I guess I'm just gonna like sketch. Whoa. Face tracking, chill. I'm just gonna like sketch out like the head here. I have not done this in a hot minute. Let's see, and I guess we'll add in the eyes. I'm just doing like a base layer here, and then we're gonna erase over it. And then you've got that bang, so I'm just gonna sketch that in. And then this brush is really weird for me right now, but we'll figure it out. And then, I don't like that. I'll do the other side after. Let's see. I'm just gonna sketch out the top of the hair, and we'll figure it out from here. Can I use the touch screen? I don't think I can use the touch screen to do that. There we go. I don't like the way the face is shaped right now, so we're just gonna do that and then add in a little neck piece. And then you've got that little jacket bit. I should be using more guides, but whatever. And then we'll just do like the little jacket bits with the buttons, just so I don't forget them. And then okay, let me see. Curly hair, I mean. Okay. I'm not sure. I have curly, but that's okay. Okay, I'm looking at your reference. We can like mess with it a little bit. I'm just gonna add in like a little, and then the eyebrows. I will go over this when I figure out how to add a new layer. Yeah. And then the jacket. And I guess throw in some arms. Oh, thank you. This is new software, so it's probably changing my style a little bit as I adapt to it. And we're just gonna kind of flesh out some curls here. And we'll figure it out. And I'll just... I'll kind of darken in stuff as we go. Oh, I can use my touch screen. Wow. Okay. I need to Google how to make a new layer. Because I'm going to need one with this mess of a sketch to kind of refine over it. Create how to make new layer. Add new layer. Layers. Okay, there's vector layers too, so I have so much to learn on this. Brush smoothing, nope, that's brushes, settings, tools. I'm just gonna look for it. Show guides. Oh, there's a full screen mode. Did you learn to draw on your own? Pretty much. Yeah. I did take a few lessons, but nothing crazy. Where are my layer options? I need to see my layers. You know what? We're just going to set this back to the default mode. There's my layers. Okay. I do like the minimal design though. You know what? Whoa. I think I messed with it. No, that's storyboarding. Yes, this will work. This will work. So, window layouts, workspaces. I need to close the workspaces tab. Thank you. Okay, and then we're just gonna add another paint layer. And I will set the opacity of this one a little bit lower. And we're gonna sketch over it. I don't like how the touch screen is not responding half of the time, so we're just gonna... Yeah. It's complaining on me. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna kind of go over it. And we'll clean up the sketch in the process. And then I'm just gonna... You said you have curly hair, so I'm gonna make this a little bit curlier. And then... Oh, I don't like that. Okay. And then a little bit down the side. And we're just gonna go over the eyes here. I don't think I'm doing half bad for a new software. What do you guys think? And then I'm just gonna give you a little smile. And we'll go around and flesh out the face a little. To be fair, I am actually drawing with my iPad, but it is using a rig called Sunshine, and the app on iPad is Moonlight, so I can see my PC screen on my iPad right now. Ooh, Zooble. Let's see. Okay, I don't want to get rid of the background. I am drawing on the wrong layer. Okay. That explains why this is so light. Okay, we'll go over it. Here we go. And then I'll just trace out my work there. Get that smile in there and the side of the face. All right. And we got the neck. And I will flesh out this jacket. I don't know if I'm gonna color this yet, so we'll just kind of go with it like this for the time being. And the arms. And we'll go over the hair. You know, let's just add in a little bit of... No, I don't like that. Ah! I keep wanting to use my iPad's controls. Is there pen stabilization? Oh, I need to look for that. Because I have that on Procreate. And then we'll kind of make that. And then I'll come around and sketch in that piece. And we'll add in some curls there. Is the music a bit too loud? Let me check on that. Okay. I can turn it down a little bit. It's normally where I'd have it, but yeah. Also, I have pointy ears because I'm a witch. Okay, let me just bring back up your reference. Here we go. Yeah, so let's do that. And then I guess we'll flesh that in a little bit. Now if I take that out, magic. I forgot the eyebrows. That's all right. We'll just sketch them in. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm a little bit more chill, so I'm not speaking as loudly as I would if I was on a game. And then your shirt has stripes in this reference, so I'm just gonna pencil those in, and of course the buttons. All right. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in and kind of draw the pupils. We'll just do that, and then you need some eyelashes. And bottom eyelashes. There we go. You should adjust the right eye size. Okay, that might be something to do. Just let me get that figured out. And then we'll... This is digital art, so we can adjust things really, really easily. Okay, yeah, the right eye, yeah, it should be a little bit bigger, shouldn't it? Let me just... I need my selection tool. How do I select things? We're learning together. Freehand selection, here we go. And we'll just go around there. And what are these? Okay. Transform. I feel like that works. And then we'll go back to the pen. What program is this again? This is Krita. I'm trying it out. That's not too bad. I feel like it's a little bit wrong now. Yeah, I think it was alright before. Undo, deselect. I can adjust the rotation a little bit. I think that'll probably help a little. Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? I think so. That seems familiar. Okay. I think that's pretty good. I don't know. I don't like what's going on with the jacket down here as much. I think I'm kind of copying what you did with that. So we're just gonna... Well, I'm still on the selection tool. Have you ever used... No, I have not heard... I've heard of that tool, but I have never used it. I've only used Procreate, Affinity, and Fire Alpaca. I need to deselect this. Okay. And then we're gonna zoom in a little bit. It's a denim jacket. Okay. It looks purple in the picture. Correct me if I'm wrong. Where is my eraser tool? Oh, there's one here. There we go. I'm just gonna correct this a little. Which pen was I on? I think it was on this one. There we go. Let's see. Most random question ever. Have you ever heard of Ellen Becker? I have not. Darker blue colors? Okay, it looks very purple on my screen. I think that's good enough for a sketch. We can probably line from there. I'll just make a new paint layer. And we'll look for stabilization settings, because... Ugh. Let's see. Randomness. Do we have any stabilization settings? I don't know if that's showing up on my screen on stream. It is not, so it's only doing the main window. So I'm gonna have to look for this one on my own. Let's see. Rotation, mirror, spacing ratio, flow, pen settings. I don't see stabilization. I can Google it. We're gonna Google it because I don't want to do lining without it. Wait, I have vectors. That will stabilize. Okay, we're gonna line with vectors. And I need a good brush for lining. This could work. Let me just test that out. Okay, I don't like what the pen pressure is doing to it. Maybe this one? Not bad. I need a vector layer to test on. Brush tool cannot paint on this layer. Please select a paint layer or mask. Okay. Is there like a pencil that I can work with? Like an affinity? Or do I have to like place the pins? Maybe I have to place the pins. Okay. So I don't get to use a brush. Yay. Okay. That sucks. Okay. We're just going to zoom in a little bit and polyline tool, laser curve tool, freehand path tool. Can I draw with that? No. Multi-brush tool. Cannot use that on a vector layer. Line tool, can I? No. Okay. Back to the freehand. Oh, I can draw with the freehand. Okay, I guess we're gonna do that. And then I will mess with the vector calligraphy. Oh, okay. Can I adjust the size? That doesn't work. Okay. Oh, icon size. Okay. Nope. That's just the icon size for the side. I want to set it to 16 by 16. Actually, maybe 22 by 22, so I can see it better on my iPad. How do I adjust the size for this stupid pen? Because this is way too big. Brush presets. Brush editor. Dynamic brush tool? Nope. Wait. I'm gonna make a new paint layer and I'm gonna see if that does anything. I need bigger size. No. Okay. Okay. Well, Garnet, move the coloring layer below the outlines. Okay. Yeah, I am going to do a coloring later. I usually will put it below. I just need to figure out how to line this thing. And that is not working. So I am going to Google it. Brush size vectors. Krita. Yes, I know. Raster pixels. Change thickness. Okay. After drawing. What? Okay. I guess let's try the jacket first. And we'll see if I can mess with it from there. Vector shape actions. I feel like all of the stuff up top should be transforming like it does in Affinity. Like, I'm almost tempted to just use this for sketching and move to Affinity. For the vectors. Okay, how do I change the size of that? Is there a... There is a vector workspace. Okay. That's not helpful. Pen angle I can probably mess with. Yeah, these brushes are not going to be helpful. Vector shape actions, reset transformations. Okay. I should be able to set the size of this before I do anything. You know what? That's not bad. So I'm just gonna maybe keep going for now. No. 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 It needs to be skinnier, and I don't know how to do it skinnier. View, rulers, lock guides. No. Look up. Yeah, because there's this, but this doesn't control the vectors. I don't know what that is. There's a word called size. Yeah, this does nothing. This is for the raster brush. Otherwise, I would be using that. Okay, raster brush sizes, vector strokes. How to change your thickness. Select shapes tool. Edit shapes tool. Ooh. That's not helpful. Tool options docker at the bottom left of your screen. There, do you mean bottom right? No, that's not it. Tool options docker at the bottom left of your screen. I don't see a tool options docker. Edit shapes tool to drag anchors and reshaping the curve without pixelation. I don't want to reshape it. I want to... change thickness of vector. Krita. I don't know my software. That is the problem. Okay. Let's change the thickness. Adjust the thickness slider in the tool options docker. Where is the tool options docker? Advanced color selector. View. Toolbars shown. No. Configure toolbars. Tool options. Show tool options. Show tool options. Okay, convert to path. Okay, now we can mess with the shaping of this. I'm just gonna delete some of these. So this works for this one. I'm not sure if we can do much else here. Okay, so we're just gonna shape this. I don't like that. Show tool option. Okay, I have to go back to the other tool. So we're just going to get rid of that. And then show tool options. Thinning. Let's do 0.05. I feel like that's better. No! No, it's not. So we'll set that back to 0.2. Width, I'm guessing, is the thing. So let's set that to 10. No, 5. We'll do 5. And then... better. We're getting somewhere, chat. We're getting somewhere. Okay. Let's set that to 10 because it's a little thin now. And... we're just gonna trace over that. Heck yeah. I'm gonna go back to the sketch layer. We're gonna make it a little bit less opacity. We got this, chat. We got this. I need to not be on the paint layer. I need to be on the vector layer. That way we have clean lines. I need to be back on the vector tool. Here we go. And we're just gonna... whoa! I don't like the pen pressure on that, so we're just gonna work with the vertical lines for now. Alright. And I can reshape some of this, because that's the great thing about vectors. You can reshape them later. Hi, Crackalack, how you doing? Okay, so now if I go to this tool, I should be able to convert to path and then tweak this. To be a little bit... we're just gonna take that out. Okay. Yeah, we can refine it. Perfect. Okay. I'll just draw in that line, and then we're just gonna go around some of the hair. This is not the vector style I would normally use, because this looks more like ribbons. And I don't know how to fix that. Okay, graphics pen. Ooh, use tablet pressure. That could be useful. Okay, let me just take these out and see if the pressure makes a difference. Oh yeah, there we go. We're getting it, guys. We're getting it. I don't like that line. Okay, I also don't like this ear, so we're just gonna kind of do that, and then go around here. Okay, and then around the side. There we go. This is coming out a heck of a lot better. Okay, I'm gonna redo these lines. I think these two are okay, so we'll leave them. But now that I have the pressure, we can use that. I need the pen. And then we'll do the lines in here. I don't like that. Okay. There we go. I hope that works. There we go. Much better. Let's get some of this hair going. I don't like that as much. I want it to be skinnier here. There we go. That didn't draw anything. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit there. And then we'll figure out a good brush to color this. Okay, I don't like that. Okay, I'm just gonna go over that. Nope. I definitely like Affinity better for vectors. This is kind of crazy. But we're getting somewhere. Oh, I don't want it as thick at the bottom. And then there. And then I'll take a look at our line art in a moment. And because these are vectors, I can actually change them later and connect them differently. But that's not bad. And then we're just gonna connect that. If you finish this art of me, can you show it in Discord with possible later artworks? Yes. I don't know how much time I'm gonna have today because I'm gonna be seeing the Amazing Digital Circus movie tonight. So I was only gonna stream for an hour, but we'll see what we can get done on this, and worst case, we'll finish it next stream. And don't worry, I'll add all the highlights and stuff too, because like eyes just look dead without them. And we'll make it cute. What are your expectations for the movie? I actually have no idea. So we're gonna find out. Don't worry, I won't spoil anything after, but I don't know. I can't stay off the internet long enough to wait until it comes out on YouTube, so we're doing this. I'm just thickening up some lines in here. And I can connect that later. It's a vector. Now I know why a lot of people's vector line art is so messy before they render it. Because Affinity, it just comes out perfect the first time when I do it. But this is chaos. Let's see. We're just gonna go in with the buttons. And then I'm just gonna refine this a little bit. We can move to coloring in a second, but... Wait, I don't know if I want to do that. Ooh, there's a lot going on in here. And I don't know how I feel about it. Okay, there's something here that needs to be adjusted better. That should be okay. Okay, we're just going to save some time here because vectors are awesome, and I'm going to grab this and duplicate. And then we're just going to refine some of these little lines in here. And it should be okay. I just need to connect it. And I don't know how we're going to do that. I can barely see the line. I don't know. Let's leave the line art alone for now, and we'll go on to color. I'm just gonna... That is our lining right now. So we're gonna make a color layer underneath. I guess I already have a paint layer. And we're gonna find something like, I don't know, marker. First, actually, I think I'm gonna go in with like a regular paintbrush, and we're gonna set up these pupils. And I'm just gonna put a layer over top of that, and we're just gonna add... Can I not do white? I can't do white. Why can I not do white? There we go. We'll add in the little highlights. And I'm just gonna add a layer underneath. And now there's always been just two buttons. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Where did they go? Give me a second. We're gonna put those back. Okay, and then your eyes are like a pinky purple color, according to this reference. So we're just gonna kind of maybe a little lighter. That should do it. I just need something that I can actually draw with. Ooh, that's nice. That's very nice. If I were to have a lipstick color, it might be a lighter purple. Okay, so like something like this. And we can mess with the size. And I'll just... we'll just do that. It's subtle, but it works. I'm just gonna go back in with, what was that other brush that I was working with? I think it was a pen. We're just gonna go in. And I need to get rid of the background for a second so I can do this. Get the white in there. Very nice. Okay, and then another paint layer, and we'll put the background back for now. Ah! I should be using my mouse for this. Hang on. Turn the background back on. Let's do a skin tone color if I can find one. I'm guessing it'll be somewhere in here. That looks right. Okay, back to my marker. There's gotta be a way to like draw it and then have it so I can fill. That's the one thing I like about Procreate, and yeah, we're just gonna... I'm just gonna block in because I want to see if I can do this. Okay, we'll have to patch some stuff, but I think it'll work. What? Nope. Pretend that didn't happen, and we'll just go in here. I'll go over the eyebrow because I can use the top layers to mess with it. I've added a marker. That way I can post a clip of that later because that was funny. Entire painting goes skin colored. Okay. Now I can fill in. And it doesn't do the thing I like about Procreate, unfortunately, so we'll have to go around. Fill that in. I almost feel like I should be using vectors for base color, because Procreate is like really good if I'm using that, but we're just gonna fill. I remember this happened with Tora too once, and Cracklag made art about it. Okay, I'm just gonna move the sizing down a little bit, and we're just gonna go in here, too small, and fill in these spots. Okay. We're just gonna go in there, and in here. Okay. That looks pretty good. And then your hair is like a purple color, so I think we're gonna do that next on top. And it's like dark purple. I think that'll work. We're just gonna trace over the line art, I think. And I'm just gonna go in with a bigger size and just fill in that real quick, and then we can go over it. I almost feel like I should have done that thing where I did like gray over the entire thing and then it would let me clip it. Nah, we're not doing this. We're not doing that. Let me just go around here. Ah! You know what? Can I use my Photoshop? I cannot use my Photoshop trick. We're gonna have to do this with the pen. Ugh! I like Affinity so much better for some of these things. And Procreate so much better for some of these things. But unfortunately, there is no PC version and no Mac version, so... Did you forget the... I did forget to color the ear, oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna go in. Ah! No, I want to take that one. And then we'll color that in. Gotcha. Alright, and then I can pull that color again. Okay, and we'll just darken over it. Photoshop trick is where you can like hold down shift and then when you like click in different areas, it will just draw a straight line. So when you're going around line art and stuff, that's really handy because the line art will hold the smooth shape and it doesn't matter if the edges look kind of janky underneath. Because the lines will hide that. And unfortunately, that doesn't seem to work here. It works in Affinity. I think it works in Procreate. I'm pretty sure it works in Procreate. Because I've used that with the iPad's keyboard before. I have a workflow that includes keyboard shortcuts on the iPad's keyboard. Just connect those. Integrating a little bit of mouse drawing, but nothing crazy. And we'll kind of blend that in. Okay. I only draw on my tablet, so I've never heard of those tricks. Yeah, before I got an iPad, before I got any kind of tablet, I did mouse drawing. Which is kind of what I'm doing here, just to go around. It's more refined with the pen. Ooh, I can fill that spot now. And then we go around again. Because, I hate that it doesn't just figure it out. My brush softness probably is not helping, but... I remember seeing older streams of people drawing with Procreate. And it was just wild to me how this white outline did not exist. I'm like, why would you do that? It's gonna look terrible. You're gonna have to go over it anyway. And then they didn't. And I'm like, oh, wow. And it was just fine. But other art software doesn't do that, unfortunately. Oh, I don't like that. Some of these thin lines are getting on my nerves. Do I have an eraser? I'm just gonna go in here and touch that up a little. And then go back to my, where's my brush here? I think I had the marker. Can't remember which marker. Pencil, pencil. Yeah, we're gonna go to this one. Oh, that's also hair. I didn't need to do that. Okay. Well, we're gonna do this because of that. And just touch in these bits. Okay. You see, for a part like this, I just wish I could just hit shift, 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 shift all the way up. Nope. Have to do it manually. Okay, and then around the corner. And then I'll make sure it's good. I may have to touch up that a little bit, but we'll see. I can also hide it with line art when I clean up the line art. Every artist has their own tricks. And then we'll just connect here. And I can fill that piece and go around it. Ah! Or not. Or not. Whew. I am missing a spot, clearly. There's a hole somewhere in here, and I don't know where it is. I know it's not there. The only thing I can think of is up top here. Okay, let's try that. Better. A lot better. I need to switch tools. There we go. And we'll just scrub these out. Yeah, it's not hard to go back around them. I just don't like doing it. And to be fair, this isn't the worst I've seen. So... Are you sure? Am I sure about what? And yeah, mouse drawing, you do need patience for it. There's a lot of hand-eye coordination that goes into that. Comes in handy for like graphics and stuff though. If you're just like manipulating images or photo mashing a background or something. Let's see. I just want to go in around here. That's a little thin. Alright, I think we're just gonna be able to finish the hair, and then I'll probably end the stream here because I need to get ready for my movie. So we're just gonna go around, and once the hair's in, I will save this and we will work on it next stream. I will probably post the stream schedule really late tonight, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll try to get another art stream on for next week. So I can keep learning this and keep working on the colors and maybe do some more art. I'll schedule in something that's a little bit longer next time. Alright. Oh, we got this piece of hair too. I'm gonna fill this one first and go around, and then we'll worry about that one, and that should be good. I need the brush tool, please. There's probably a way to turn off the pen pressure for this so it isn't as see-through. I just don't know how. So we're gonna kind of go around with the mouse a little bit too. Because I don't really need the pen pressure unless I'm sketching or doing shading. Maybe sometimes in around like bits like this where I just kind of want to blend it in, but we're just gonna finish off the hair here and I will be done. I'm just gonna go in around this part. And I will get that end in a minute. And I'm just gonna connect it to here because that should hopefully create a loop. And then I have less patching to do because it's under the line art. Beautiful. I need my pen again. So go in like this. And that should be the hair. I guess we can map out colors for the rest of it. And I'll just put like a dot there or something. So I guess you said the jacket was denim, so I'm assuming something a little bit more like this should work. And then there's like a black edge, so down here will be that. I see like silver buttons, so we're gonna do like this sort of color. And I'll just fill in one of them. Just so we can get an idea of what this is gonna look like. And I will finish this next stream and also you guys can send me stuff to look at. This will just be black and white, so we'll figure out a tone of black and white next stream for that, I think. And oh, I probably should not have that filled in, but I will fix it next time. This is what we're looking at so far. What program did you use to draw the art for the debut stream? It was a combination of Procreate and Affinity Designer. I did Affinity Designer for some of the vector art for lines to get them clean and the silhouettes. And for the colors, it was all Procreate. I basically kind of went in kind of like messy with the colors, kind of blocked it out, and then I went over it with an overlay on the charcoal to make it look like super sketchy. And then kind of went in with the Procreate pencil. I think I used a little bit of the 6B pencil as well. But yeah, next time we can just pull that and then just keep going. There we go. Trust Ember, but facing browser. I don't know what you mean by that. But we have saved this as Garnet Art Stream 0607, and we will work on this next art stream. I'm going to head back to the just chatting screen. All right. Kind of sad we didn't get to more today, but yeah, I don't need my tablet anymore. Let's get that out of here. Who are you drawing next? I will think about it. If you guys have art references, maybe you guys can start a thread for art references. I know I pulled this from the Tomodachi Life one, but if you guys have art references, you can start a thread in the same media area, and I'll take a look at that for your references and draw you guys on stream. Yeah, so. And Ember, why are you angry? Stop being an angry boy. You're a happy boy. All right. So with that, I'm gonna end the stream so I can go get ready for my movie and have some dinner. So, wait. For the stream schedule, I was going to do something, and I forgot about it. Let's go back to the slides for a second. bring that up. So, okay, we got the art here. I have the Discord up, and I'm just gonna go to the fan art section, and we are going to pick out fan art for the next stream. So these are cute. That could be really good. If I go back up, there's also a sketch here. Let's see, what do we want to do? If you want your fan art, post it now if you haven't already done it. I think we might go with Thorns Lovely, this one. And there's also like the little video of Thorn's drawing process. Should use mine, sort of small bean. Let me see. Where is yours? Scroll up a bit. Oh, our lovely dreamer art. Bean, where is your stuff? Ooh, probably here. Ooh, there's this one. Okay, I think we'll either go with this one or that one, so keep an eye on the schedule to see what happens there, and I'll just switch back to chatting for a second, and we're ordering from. So, I'll pick one of those, and until next time, may your heart burn bright. Bye, everybody!